See if you can step to this.
Hey everybody, it's your boy right here, the #1 crime paper commentator on the web, Seth Harwood. Up here, I have a short video piece for you this week. I'm going to drop a few nuggets of information on you, and then I'm going to get to some clips, highlights from some of the readings that I've been doing. First of all, I want to let you know about some of my dates coming up. That's right, this week I'm coming to New York City. I'm going to be there on Thursday, June 4th, throwing down at Otto Penzler's Mysterious Bookshop on Warren Street at 6:30 p.m. We did it there last year. It was hot, dope, great audience. They had free beer, pretzels, chips, wine. What more could you ask for? Me, Reed, and Jack Wakes Up. Come out. If and when you come, you buy a copy of Jack Wakes Up, I will buy you the first drink across the street at Biddy O'Reilly's. Biddy Early's, I guess it's called. Whatever the fuck, like the Czechs would say. Come out to the New York reading on Thursday night, June 4th. We'll rock it over there afterwards to watch the first game of the NBA Finals. The week after that, yes, I'm making my episodic, huge, epic return to Boston. I will be in Boston from June 9th to June 12th. June 9th, I'm at the Independent Bar and Lounge with my boy Mo from La Moda Mixtape spinning. Those of you who like that remix he did of Young Junius will definitely want to be at this. Yo, check it though. I'm going to tell you a few more dates and then I'm going to get into this about the numbers because I know some of you have been emailing me and I got to talk to you about that. So just hang on for those of you who aren't on the East Coast while I drop a few more dates and then I'll get back to talking about the numbers. I'm at the Independent Bar and Lounge at 6:30 on June 9th, Tuesday night. Newtonville Books on Thursday night, June 11th at 7 p.m. That's in Newton. It's going to be Books and Brews after the event. The June 9th date at the Indo is going to be at a bar, appetizers for free, drinks served, dinner, entrees you can order, and dope DJ spinning going on in the background. June 12th, I'm going back to my home of Harvard Square, where I've worked, lived, grown up, done all kinds of shit. I'm going to be reading at the Harvard Coop on Friday night, June 12th at 7 p.m. and I am pumped to be back there. I hope you'll come out for that one. So, numbers. A couple of you guys been emailing me about the numbers, want to know what's going on with that. What are the first indications that we've had about the numbers? So I got some early indications about the numbers. There weren't even a full week of stats, and they were a little bit low. I mean, the Random House editor was a little bit, he wasn't jumping through his shoes. I think he was okay with it, but I got a little nervous about that. So I was supposed to call him back the week after to get more numbers. I didn't do it. I've gone 2 weeks of being nervous and not calling to get the numbers. So I'm going to call and get some numbers, but he hasn't been calling me either. So I know that he's not jumping out of his shoes. This is where I need your help. The numbers, I think, are going to be okay, but they're definitely a little on the low side. I know some people already bought Jack Wakes Up last year. They're waiting on that. Wanting Jack Palms 2 to come out. We got to work this to make Jack Palms 2 come out. I know the economy is brutal right now. A lot of you guys don't have your jobs, are hurting for money and cash. If that's the case, you can still help out big time by helping out with the word of mouth. I will put a link in the show notes for this episode to the first 3 chapters of the free PDF. Send that to some of your friends. Get them interested about it. If we can get people talking about Jack Wakes Up, the book, friends of yours, people you know, people you don't know, people on the street, if you want some of these cards to pass out, drop me an email. I'll send them to you. You can get cards, all types of shit. Man, what I really need from you guys now is to help spread the word about Jack Wakes Up and this release. Barnes & Nobles across the country were slow as shit to get them out on the shelves, but now they're on the shelves, and they need people to go in there and buy them, or go in there and start talking about Jack Wakes Up. Even if you don't think you can go in and buy one, just go into Barnes & Noble and be like, do you guys have that book, Jack Wakes Up? I've heard great things about it. Then you go in. If you can't buy it at that time, just be like, oh, I just want to make sure you have it. I'm waiting for my check to come out. I'll get one this week. Dying for that book. It's awesome. I've heard it's great. The more word of mouth and buzz we can get, the more Barnes & Noble's employees, Borders employees, these people start talking about it. That's hugely what we need. We need that word of mouth to spread. Tell your peeps about it. If you have a copy from last year, Loan it out to someone. Let them start reading it. Let them start talking about it more. Tell them they got to check out this book. Tell them to come over and check out the free podcast. You know I have no fears about that. But right now is a moment where we got to take all the Palms Daddies and Palms Mamas and take that push, that energy that we've created, and get people talking more about Jack Wakes Up. This is not the time for us to go off the radar, people. You know I got Jack Palms Triad Deathmatch coming for you later this summer. Getting ready to start work on that soon. We got to work on this, babies. We need the push right now. You know, I'm doing what I can here. Going on the road, doing these readings, trying to get you to know about the readings. If you know some people in New York or Boston and you're not there, just let them know, hey, go out to this reading. It's going to be dope. It's going to be off the hook. If they can hear my piece, hear me read from the book, hopefully they'll buy it on their own. But just getting those people out to the readings is huge. More readings coming up. I'll be letting you know about those on video, audio, emails. Yeah, so that's what the deal is. If you have your copy of Jack Wakes Up, drop me an email with your picture of it. If you check out the upper right corner of the website, you'll see pictures of me with the book, pictures of me with Palms Daddies and Palms Mamas, pictures of Palms Daddies and Palms Mamas with their copies of the book. I want to add you to that and get as many people and pictures on there as possible. So drop me one. Get me an email. Get to the Flickr group. All the love, people. Now is the time for the serious push. I'm going to get into some highlights of the videos, the readings that I've been doing. I hope you dig it. I hope you're representing and with me. Word of mouth, people. This is it. From the street on up. We've done this. We've made a community here. And now this is how we start talking about it and getting other people and get... It's crazy. And now this is how we start talking about it and get other people to come in and be a part of it.
See if you can step to this.
My name is Travis, and I'm happy to host a special event this evening. Seth Harwood is an author of a series of crime fiction novels, and but really kind of got his start and was able to take his book to a lot of different people and get a lot of publicity through the use of podcasts.
I wanted to get onto the internet. I had a story published on the internet, and people started responding to it and reading it. It was free, and that was great. And I didn't feel like I could do that with a novel. I just didn't feel like going out on the web with a novel was going to be the way that people would get my book. And so as a commuter, someone who's listened to a lot of books on CD in the car, I figured audio was the best way to hear as a podcast or in iTunes. And then whatever I put into that feed will go to your computer automatically. And in the case of sound files, it's perfect because you not only don't have to go to your podcast reader to read it, but you download the whole file automatically, 20 megs or 30 megs or whatever, and then you can listen to it on your own. I'm signing books here at Great Good Place for Books, to the wonderful writing group who had me over for dinner. And we're going to do a reading in a little bit. Once we fill up some of these chairs, we got to fill up some of these chairs. That it fits in a pocket.
Travels.
Well, I got
Travels
well.
Genius.
Yeah.
The kids these days, they're wearing their pants so low. They got these big pockets.
Yeah.
How long do you
It
want
isn't
this?
even bad.
I don't know. Let me actually sign a book before.
You can edit, right?
Yeah. For Lisa. Right?
Sure.
Awesome.
Remember, it's L-E-E-S-A.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Richard.
No, I'm happy to be about.
Again,
Yeah,
Colombian turns to head toward the doors. Jack takes a step forward. We're ready to proceed and go forward.
So here's Seth signing books,
Daniel Homer, everybody.
and
The
there's
lovely
the
Jane.
Jane Elizabeth McKay.
long list of lines. Long line, yeah.
Clamoring. They're clamoring.
Oh, you don't want to get
No,
in
you
this?
can't.
Is that glamour?
And there's Sigler.
That way everybody sees it. It's about to be a riot. It's like palpable. The very Melrose.
Here we are, pub crawl. Some folks watching some basketball. Chief Amy Zoe, Junkie Joe, Dr. Duran.